Hi there, students, and welcome to Crazy Nurse RN channel. I'm Crystal Merducanes, nurse educator, teaching fundamentals of nursing practice. If you have any question or if you want to clarify some gray areas with regard to our topic today, please comment down below. I'll be glad to read your comments and answer your questions. Also, if you want to suggest any topic or content for our next videos, please write them below. And if you find this YouTube channel useful, please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to keep you updated for new video uploads. Please do not forget to check the description below for additional inputs and some clarifications with regard to this lecture video. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to those who subscribed, liked, and commented on my videos. With all my heart, I sincerely appreciate you guys. So our topic for today is about self-concept. So what is self-concept? Self-concept, it is one's mental image of oneself. It is a positive self-concept is essential to a person's mental and physical health. It involves all of the self-perceptions, appearance, values, and beliefs that influence behavior and are referred to when using the words I or me. Okay? So, in a nutshell, self-concept is about one's mental image of oneself. How do you see yourself? Okay? So, that's your self-concept. We also have here four dimensions of self-concept. So, we have your self-knowledge, your self-expectation, social self, and lastly, we have your social evaluation. So we'll be discussing each one of these in the following slides. So for your self-knowledge, this is insights into one's own ability, nature, and limitation. Okay? This is about knowing, okay, your own capabilities and your own limitations. Okay? That is self-knowledge. When we say self-expectation, what one expects of oneself may be realistic or unrealistic expectations. So it means that what a person expects to his or her self. Okay? So that's your self expectation. How about your social self? So it is how a person is perceived by others and the society. So in this dimension, it is someone's or the society's perception towards you. Okay? So what other people think about you as a person. So that is your social self. Social evaluation is the appraisal of oneself in relationship to others, events, or situation. Okay, so this is your social evaluation. How the society evaluates you. Okay, how the society appraised you. Okay. Self-awareness. What is self-awareness? It refers to the relationship between one's perception of himself or herself and others' perception of him or her. Okay? So we have here introspection. So the nurse reflecting on his or her own beliefs, attitudes, motivations, strength, and limitation. Okay? So by using introspection, the nurse is doing self-awareness. Okay? So you are being aware of yourself. Okay? We also have here formation of self-concept. So we have global self. So your global self refers to the collective belief and images one holds about oneself. Okay? It is the most complete description that individuals can give of themselves at any one time. On the other hand, we also have your ideal self. So it is how we should be or would prefer to be. So the individual's perception of how one should behave based on certain personal standards, aspirations, goals, and values. Okay? So that's the difference between your global self and your ideal self. We also have four components of self concept. We have personal identity, body image, role performance, and self esteem. For your personal identity, it is the conscious sense of individuality and uniqueness that is continually evolving throughout lifetime or throughout your life. Okay? So it means that it is your personal identification, okay, as an individual. The uniqueness and the individuality that you have, okay, which separates you from other people or from other individuals' characteristics. We also have your body image, the image of physical self, how a person perceives the size, appearance, and functioning of the body and its parts, has both cognitive and affective aspects. It is the sum of attitudes, conscious and unconscious, that a person has toward his or her body. So it means that when we say body image, it refers to the physical self, okay, of an individual. So how you regard yourself based on your appearance, based on your size, and the functioning of the body and its parts. We also have role performance. Okay, so first, what is role? It is a set of expectations about how the person occupying a particular position behaves. And your role performance, on the other hand, is how a person in a particular role behaves in comparison to the behaviors expected of the role. Okay, so that is the difference between your role and role performance. Role mastery, okay, it is the person's behaviors meet role expectation. So expectations or standards of behavior of a role so are set by society, a cultural group, or a smaller group to which a person belongs. So when we say expectation, standards of behavior of a role, this is dictated by the society or a social group that we have. Okay, they will dictate what is expected of us, what is the standard of behavior that we should perform, okay, in a particular environment. We also have your role development. It involves socialization into a particular role. Okay, so your role is developed if you will socialize to other people with a particular role. So you adapt the role and make it your own role behavior or role in the society. So that is how you developed your role. Okay. We also have your role ambiguity. Okay. It occurs when expectations are unclear and people do not know what to do or how to do it and are unable to predict the reactions of others to their behavior. So in this concept, role ambiguity, you are ambiguous. You do not know what is expected of you to perform, okay? What is expected of you to do, okay? The expectations are not clear and it causes a chaotic environment, okay? There is no organization, there is no peace, okay? In terms of the role that each of you are that each one of you is performing in a particular social group. Okay, there is role ambiguity. You are not clear of your expectations. Okay, we also have your role strain. A person feel or are made to feel inadequate or unsuited to a role, so often associated with sex role stereotypes. Okay, So for example, male individuals are expected to do a lot of work as compared to female. Okay? So sometimes male individuals get exhausted because of the workload that they have, because the society, or they are expected, okay, to do this heavy workload. Okay, so as a result, they might experience inadequacy, or they would feel that they are not capable of that particular role. Okay, so that is role strain. Okay, we also have your role conflicts. It arises from opposing or incompatible expectations. So here we have an opposing expectation. So you are not clear with what to do and what to perform. Okay? So because of that, you develop conflicts with one another, or you develop conflicts within a group. Okay? Because of those incompatible expectations. Now let's proceed to your self-esteem. Okay? It is one's judgment of one's worth. How that person's standards and performance compare to others' standards and one's ideal self. So we have two types of self-esteem. So we have global and we have your specific self-esteem. Okay, so going back to the concept of self-esteem, so it basically means your own judgment of your worth as a person. Okay, that's your self-esteem. Okay, so we have here global self-esteem. So it means it's how much one likes oneself as a whole. Okay, how do you like yourself as a whole? Okay, so that is your global self-esteem.